This is One-on-One. There she is, the beautiful, smiling, and talented Natalia Sigmund, who is a music teacher at the Eleanor Rush Intermediate School in
Cinnamon, New Jersey.
Good to have you. This is part of our classroom close-up series we're doing in cooperation. It is their series at the New Jersey Education Association. This is part of our series where we feature talented teachers from across the state. When did you know you wanted to be a music teacher?
5 years old.
Come on!
Seriously.
Where?
Our apartment in Moscow, I put together a group of students and we produced Carmen for the parents.
In Russia?
In my living room, yes.
You knew
I
that
did.
you wanted to be a music teacher?
Absolutely. Or a star, but...
Well, you're a star as a music teacher. So you come over here. By the way, the video that we're about to see, set it up for us. What are we about to see from Classroom Close-Up?
I haven't seen the segment. The Classroom Close-Up came over to the school and
what they do is they basically show you and your students
Okay.
talking about music, and the connection between music, I'll set it up, it's what I do, okay?
You're good
It's
at
the
it.
connection between music and language, and Natalia's in it, and it's terrific, and it's from the NJEA, and here it is.
Natalia Sigmund is not your typical music teacher.
Every child is born with a certain level of music aptitude. Our job as a music teacher, as a musician, as a person, is to develop that aptitude to its fullest.
But her musical journey did not begin in the U.S. Her training started at a very young age in Moscow.
When I started learning music in Russia, I started when I was 7 years old, and I had a full curriculum of subjects. My main instrument, which was piano, music theory, which is something that students here don't get into until they're in college. So I actually, for 7 years, was studying a curriculum that would be similar to part of the curriculum that I was encountering at Temple University when I started taking classes there.
While in college, Natalia began studying a music learning theory developed by Dr. Edwin Gordon, a theory that she uses in her classroom every day.
Music learning theory describes the learning of music as similar to learning of language, because language and music are both oral. One of the cliches could be that children need to know the lines and spaces, and they need to know that the first line in treble clef is E. However, that doesn't really teach music. It's similar to learning alphabet before being able to speak. So music learning theory explains how children learn and presents a teacher with a proper sequence that will take the child from music infancy to being a fully functioning musician, an independent musician.
Music to me is like basically my life. Whenever I'm like feeling down or whenever I'm like out riding my bike or something, I'll start singing. And sometimes when we're taking a test, I'll start singing and people will be like, stop singing. And I'm like, oh, sorry.
Miss Sigmund has changed probably my whole life. I've had most opportunities because of her.
If I don't have music, I'm just not me.
I see that it helps students in other areas, emotionally, socially, but I don't know whether it helps them in math, and I don't know whether it helps them in reading, but I know this for sure. If you're going to be in a rich environment where brain is making all kinds of connections, that just has to affect other areas. It has to affect the whole person. And if it affects the whole person, then it absolutely affects everything else.
Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA. USA!
Give yourself a big hand. Okay.
You've got to be kidding me.
I have, this is the first time I've seen it, so it's
Your
emotional for
reaction?
me.
Why?
To see the students speak, to hear them speak, excuse me, that affects me. It's a mirror to, any teacher would like to know what their students are thinking.
I'd say so.
It's a gift.
A kid
Thank
says, by the way, this is the ball that you were
Yes.
using, right? By the way, what do you use this ball for?
Bum, bum, bum.
So
it stimulates conversation and takes pressure off the students to think
Takes
about.
pressure off the students?
Absolutely. Children learn through play. Okay, this is an element of play. They're not thinking about, oh my goodness, I'm going to sing in front of 30 other students here, and singing is not cool because I'm all into baseball and football and kickball. But here's Mrs. Sigmund, and she has the ball, and I'm going to engage you, Steve.
Right.
Okay, are you ready for this? Okay. Repeat. Ba ba ba.
Ba ba ba.
Ba ba.
Ba ba.
So right now you're in music infancy.
Music infancy.
I just identify you as an infant in music. So,
So
I'm going to create a program for you, and your program is going to start at listening, because this is the basic.
And that's the connection with music and language, and also some other outside device that distracts a kid from feeling uncomfortable or nervous or whatever. I mean, where the heck did you learn this?
I drove down to South Carolina in 1998 to study with Dr. Gordon for 2 weeks.
So a great teacher taught you,
absolutely.
and you're doing this with these kids.
Yes.
You know, you said before when we came out of the piece, you know, that's what any teacher would want. But again, you don't get, for those of us who teach at different levels, for me on the university level, I don't think there are any college students going around saying I changed their lives. One of your students said that she wouldn't know what to do with her life without music. I mean, it's not about these students becoming musicians later. I mean, some will, but it isn't about that, is it? Because you've said that anyone without natural talent, music can still be a part of music. Because?
Everybody is born with music aptitude. Music is identified by Howard Gardner as one of the intelligences. Now, everybody is born with potential to learn. I traveled in Russia about 10 years ago on a project studying traditional music, and I went to the villages, and everybody there sang, played an instrument after a good dinner.
Everyone.
And they don't know the theory behind it, but they participate together. So music is something that we all are born with, okay? And so my job as a teacher is to bring it out, to
What
make
does it do for these kids later on?
Oh, I don't know.
How does it change their lives?
I don't know.
Are they more
can't
confident? We could see more confident. You look at these kids, just they're talking, they're more confident. They're more self-assured. I mean, just looking at them, that's got to make you feel great.
Absolutely, makes me feel great. Makes me want to go back on Tuesday and go, go, go.
You have as much passion as you had when you started?
More.
Even more?
Much more.
We're very fortunate to have you do what you do, and those students are even more fortunate. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Throw it. Thank you. Good job.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child, and by Wells Fargo. Promotional support provided by NJBiz, All Business, All New Jersey, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.